How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, do me a huge favor, go down and subscribe before we get started into today's video. I had probably 5 or 6 videos that I wanted to upload during this year. Some more motorcycles that I had revealed. We have the Honda GB standing behind me and a motorcycle I have never even shown on the channel there as well. There are still there's probably like at least 7 or 8 different motorcycles that I have never shown on this channel, if not more than that. I can't remember how far we got. I know you guys have seen plenty of the Honda GB500, the Buell, the BMW R9T Racer, and even the Bullet, the Royal Enfield Bullet at this point in time. You guys have seen in a short the Honda CB450 and possibly even the older BMW we have. I just want to come here, not talk about all the bikes that are in the collection. We're going to save that until springtime when we get some of these bikes back onto the road. What I am going to talk about in this video is kind of what bikes that are expected to come, or bikes kind of want to pick up during this year and possibly interested in getting experienced with, and some bikes that I think would be a lot of fun. Before we get into some of the bikes though, I want to talk a little bit about the channel going forward, since I have not uploaded a single video that I can remember this year. And I haven't really done too much with this channel. We topped over 300 subscribers, so thank you to everyone who has subscribed. But I'm going to once again try my very best starting this week to upload once every single week. I'm super busy in terms of YouTube content with my other channel, my car channel, my main channel, which I upload basically every single day, if not 2 times a day on. So I have my hands tied pretty good with that channel, and that's something I really enjoy. But I also enjoy the motorcycle content. The reason why there's just less motorcycle content is I'm not doing anything with the motorcycles, and the reason for that being is they're kind of just sitting in storage right now. Some of them need some work, but I'm not really doing anything to them really. And it's the middle of winter. There's nothing happening in terms of motorcycle content that I can film with the bikes. I have some ideas in terms of like tip videos, kind of like tips for motorcycle riders and everything like that. But right now I want to stay in the lane of just showing you guys the motorcycles that are in the collection and what I'm doing with them. And I should be doing at least one thing with a motorcycle at some point in time during the summer that I can film and make a video on. Until summer, I don't really know, like, what do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see me working on a bike, or do you guys want me to review something or thoughts on something, or make some compilation videos of some of my favorite bikes? Whatever like you guys want to see, let me know in the comment section. That being said, let's talk about some of the bikes that I'm very excited for in this next year to either ride or buy or just experience in some type of way. The first motorcycle on the list is a motorcycle that I had ordered, and that was a new 2023 Honda Monkey. Now, if you guys don't know what the Monkey is, it's a little 125. It's a really small little bike, probably just like waist high, no taller than that. It's super small, and I just thought it'd be a really cool little moped to have in the garage. Unfortunately, the dealership that I had my order with isn't honoring the order system that they had. So what they're doing is they're charging $6,000 instead of charging sticker price, and they're not calling people on the list, because I have not received any type of call from them, and they've just listed them on the market for like $6,500, which is about $2,000-ish over MSRP. So they're not honoring the list anymore, and they're trying to make that extra money instead of giving the bikes to the people who have been waiting. I've been waiting probably 7 or 8 months at this point in time. A long time for this bike to come. And it wasn't something that I was like immediately trying to jump on, like I need this thing. I just kind of like put an order out there as a feeler to kind of see when it came and whatnot, and I was interested in buying it, but not for over sticker, and definitely not for a dealer that's not going to honor that over sticker fee not happening, you know? At the same time, they made the new Monkeys kind of ugly. I like the 2022 Monkeys. It was a nice yellow and a black, and they look super sleek in my opinion. The new ones are plaid. Now, some of you may know that I like plaid seats. I think it's interesting and I think it's cool. But that doesn't mean I think it belongs everywhere. Plaid is done right in some older vintage cars, and even like the newer Volkswagen Golfs kind of did it decently. I think Honda completely missed with this one though. I don't like the plaid on the Monkey. It just doesn't work. It seems like it's trying a little too hard, and it seems too busy. I like the simplicity and just how just retro it looked without trying too hard, and now it feels like it's trying too hard. I just don't like how they look. So I wouldn't have bought the bike anyways. If they did call me tomorrow and say, hey, I have a Monkey Edge sticker for you, I would not be picking the bike up. They are very expensive and interest rates have gone through the roof. At the time when I had ordered it, interest rates were still pretty far down, so I probably would have financed it and then paid it off in a couple of months, but I'm not really too keen on spending like $4,500 on something I don't even want at this point in time. That being said, I would still love to ride a Monkey or buy a used Monkey for, you know, at least 25% off of MSRP. And even if it's ridden like 300 or 400 miles, I would still be totally down with that. Because a lot of people buy them, expect to ride them, and just have them parked for a year or two, and then they're like, I might as well sell this. I only rode it like 150 miles total ever. A Grom would also be kind of cool. I know they're like expensive bikes. They're a couple of $1,000s for 125s, but I just like the appeal. It's just a small little like moped that you can kind of just hoon around everywhere. So the second bike I'm excited for is the new Gold Star, the new BSA Gold Star. For those who do not know what BSA is an old British company that went extinct with basically all of the other British companies during its time in the 60s and 70s. I've shown in one video in the past, in a short, I had fired up one of the BSAs we have, because we do have 2 BSAs currently in the collection. One I have never shown on videos because it's not 100% complete yet, but hopefully by the end of this winter, it'll be something that'll be running and riding fully, so we'll see how that turns out. But since BSA came back in the UK, they have said that they're gonna come back into the American market. As of right now, we're still waiting to see what happens and when BSA will have dealers, have a dealer, or have any bikes touch down in the US, because it hasn't happened yet. But when it does, I have an order on the new Gold Star. I'm excited to see the new BSA, but at the same time, it's gonna be about $6,500 to $7,000. So it's still something that once it becomes available, probably pick it up. I guess it depends how the UK does in terms of reliability, quality control, all of those things. We'll see how they play out, but I do have an order and I'm gonna see what happens with it because I'm excited to see the new BSAs roll around. And right now, those are the only 2 like newer bikes that I've looked into. Other than the last couple weeks, I have seriously looked into getting a dual sport, and it's something completely different from any of the bikes in the collection, which is one of the reasons why I kind of love the idea of getting it. For the most part, the bikes in the collection are just like old cruisers, cafe racer builds, or sports bikes or something along that extent. There's no like off-roady bike at all. And I've been really inclined to get a dual sport or an enduro. If you guys don't know what enduro is or a dual sport, it's a motorcycle that's under 650 cc's, made for on and off road, and in the US they are street legal. The other day I went out and checked out a Kawasaki KLX 300. There are currently no Kawasaki's in our collection, so it'd be interesting to see the addition of a Kawasaki, but also I've looked into the new Honda CFR, I believe, CFR 300, and there's like a 300 Rally. So if I'm getting that wrong, I'll throw it up on the screen and throw some pictures up of each. So I'm kind of balancing it out between those 2 right now, and I'm leaning towards the KLX because it has adjustable front suspension, and I've heard some pretty good things about those Kawasaki's, so I kind of want one. I really want one. So I think that's like the next bike I kind of want to look into. It'd be interesting to see how the economy goes during the summertime and the interest rates and all of those things. So depending on all of that, I'll look into getting a dual sport enduro or something. Maybe sell off a couple of the bikes, make a little bit more room, a little bit more cash flow, and potentially after that get an enduro. That bike costs pretty much as this car, so it's definitely not a cheap thing. If I ever do find a used one for like $4,000, $4,500 for one that has like no miles on it, even like the T-Dub, like the 250, there's a couple of those on sale, just on the used market, which I would be kind of inclined to go with, but I guess we'll see what happens. I'm very interested in getting an enduro right now. Other than that, like the BMW R90 Urban GS is another bike I would love to add to the collection. It's a little bit more expensive, so it's probably not going to happen for a little bit now. But again, I believe that is considered an adventure bike because it has 1175 cc's, so it can't be an enduro because enduros have to be lighter and less powerful. Not really eyeing any other bikes than that. If a cheap motorcycle ever shows itself or presents itself for an affordable price, and I think it's worth buying to either flip or to use for parts, you never know what could happen. But as far as that goes, that's pretty much all the bikes that currently looking into. I definitely need to get out on an enduro some point during the summer, and off-road would be ideal. That's all I have for this video though. If you guys are excited for videos during this year, make sure you go down and subscribe. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.